And we're back. But today, special guest, we have Olivia here.
Hello.
Yes, to help with the commentary. We're doing back day. As you can see, I'm doing some beautiful, well sculpted deadlifts. You can see my tricep popping out as I'm gripping it. And I know it's not a normal muscle, but we have extra muscles over here. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we do. So, as you can see, basically what I'm focusing on is I'm slow and controlled going down and I'm popping up. So what that does helps to re-engage, activate your quick twitch muscles, help to get your muscles firing for motion, for movement faster. So it's more of like a sports workout than just like a straight bodybuilding muscle building situation. Last show I was focused on legs, doing a football workout. So we're kind of focusing on half applicable sports work movements and then straight static bodybuilding mass gaining workouts, right? So that's kind of what we're working on right now. I kind of just flipped it because Olivia didn't do the deadlifts here, but she does move on to the pull downs right after this. But in terms of the motion, do you have a preference, Olivia, on slow and controlled deadlifts or slow, fast deadlifts? Do you have a preference, or would you like more?
I like the slow fast.
Mm-hmm.
Slow and controlled down and then powerful up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing deadlifts?
Well, I learned how to do them in high school, and I did them like only when my coach made me.
Mm-hmm.
So probably only 2 or 3 months since you started doing this new workout plan.
We did them a lot in 2022.
I don't know if I did.
Pretty sure you did a little bit of them. But yeah, like,
Better
did you
now.
feel stronger or better doing them?
Absolutely. Yeah. I have a lot more control with like learning the muscles in my body.
Yeah, that last one hurt my hands a lot. So we're down to the pull down, right now, which kind of work the lats, right? So that's what we're kind of focusing on. Trying to pull it slow and controlled, keeping your elbows, pressed to your sides. You could press a little bit more. That's okay, but that's still good form right there. Just you have to worry about not doing it with your bicep. Is like the biggest part of the workout. Is like you don't want to be pulling with your bicep. You want to pull down with your elbows and pinching your back, right? So that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
How do these ones feel?
These did not feel great, but you corrected me after and it felt a lot better.
What was the feeling like right here as you were doing these?
In my bicep.
Oh, so it was just too much like a bicep pull.
Yeah, like I was pinching my shoulder blades wrong, like pinching them up and back instead of down and back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you like put your hand in between my shoulder blades, it helped me like get the actual pull better. So then the set right after this, I felt it in the places I was supposed to be feeling it in.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, what we got here, I'm about to be doing, I'm hoping it's perfect form. I definitely pride myself on having perfect form because the one thing you don't want to be is injured in the gym. Not only is it just straight embarrassing, but also taking time off the gym puts you setbacks. Your muscles start to atrophy after 3 days. Not that you're going to shrink after 3 days, but it starts to atrophy the process. So yeah, I'm definitely not pulling with my biceps, leading with my elbows, pinching my back. Yeah, that's good form. That's good form. So anybody who's trying to do pull downs, this is pretty good form. I could hold it down lower and just kind of do a hold a little bit better for like a perfect set. But these are still pretty good, especially as I'm trying to, get more blood into the muscles. Just kind of repping them out for the first couple sets will always be a good idea. So let's see if your form is improved. What are we thinking?
That was going to be a question. How can you tell on a video if you're pulling from the elbow or the bicep?
Well, you're always looking for like a slow and controlled, contracted movement. So if it looks like you're pulling down one and then pulling in a second, like your first couple reps looked, that's probably not the best form. Yeah, and then also like if your arm is completely straight and you see it bending all the way up, that's not what the motion should do. So in my next set, you'll see that my arm's almost staying the same kind of bend, right? So since yours is doing a lot of this, your biceps contracting a lot of the weight itself, which is not the best. And you can even see how your biceps are struggling to pull it down and not really your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. I know I'm about to have perfect form. The face says it all. right? So let's see what these ones look like. We did 4 sets of like, I think it's around like 12 reps or so on the back. It just depends. So biceps flex right there. Arm is stretched. All right, so I'm not pinching it all the way. I guess maybe I explained that incorrectly because I'm definitely doing a contracted motion. But I'm definitely pulling down with my elbows, and I feel it more. This is too much weight. It was too much weight. That's probably why I was using a lot of biceps. So go back to the previous videos. I'm sure there was better form, because your form will be different and be worse if you're doing too heavy of a weight. And right away I was like, yeah, I think I'm pushing a little too hard. So now we're going to bent over barbell rows, which these ones are good. These ones are really good. This one's is hard to tell, but look in the mirror, you can see my back really squeezing. So you can definitely tell I'm using my back to pull it up, and then I don't really bring my arms up more than my back is squeezing. So you know that it's actually my back bringing the whole thing up. If my arms continue to go back, that might be a sign that you're not doing a good, back motion, and you're doing more of a bicep workout. Yeah. So yours should be coming up here in a second. And we'll see how your form looked.
Your forearms looked really good.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of muscles. Oh, yeah. You can see your back pinching. Yeah, definitely release your back down low and then pinch them back. And that's how you know you're getting a full range. Still a little bit of bicep in there, but not too bad. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to focus on next back day.
It looks really good, though. Cool, we're about halfway through. So we always have it in 3 sections. We always have workout. Then we have real estate and finance talk. Then we have more like a motivational kind of what did we go over in the day, what did we learn in the day. So as for real estate, we were definitely focused. We're still trying to sell one of our listings for our friends that we have. The market's been a little slow, which is okay. But that's not really like the best for sellers. Like a lot of open houses aren't doing super well. And we're here in Colorado, by the way. A lot of open houses aren't doing super well. But there's somebody always looking to buy a house, and that's what you have to communicate. If you're any type of professional, as a real estate agent, as a loan officer, like, although the market conditions do dictate possibilities, I'm somebody who never lets the market tell me what I can and can't do, right? So as I'm working and communicating with my clients, I have to make sure to tell them, like, sure, like, we expected the market to pick up, and it did after the election results. And it will only continue to trend up as, the new administration gets in office and things like that. But as we're working to get your house sold, we still have to keep business as usual. Like, this is not the time to sit. This is not just time to relax or rest. We're doing a lot of open houses back to back to back. And I know it's a lot of strain on our sellers and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, we have a singular goal to get this house sold. So if you want the house sold, if you want us to do our best, this is what it takes, right? So in terms of real estate, Olivia's great assistant, great operations manager, contains and controls the scheduling and a lot of the client follow-up and client talk. So have you been seeing people respond faster or slower, or what has been the temperament of people that you're contacting and speaking with?
I think overall the temperament is a little bit better. They have a lot more hope and more like plans in place. Some people aren't necessarily still like ready to move, but they're speaking in more specific terms, like it's going to be in 2025 and I know I want this type of home, whereas before it was like, it would be nice to own a home. I like that home. It's a lot more concrete now, which is nice.
That is nice. And then since we're able to do loans in all 50 states, we love talking with people on social media and kind of imparting knowledge and engaging with people, because it's definitely something that we are always focused on. But I mean, I gotta go back to the video because look at the lighting. It's perfect lighting. It's the sun rays are beating off. This is a great T-bar row exercise. This is perfect form. We did adjust this before we started. See how the back completely relaxes at the bottom? Not relaxes, but contracts at the bottom and then super pulls together at the top. That's excellent form right there. So if you're looking to do T-bar rows, this is a good video to reference whenever you're looking at your own form. It doesn't look like this. If you're a woman, if you're a lady, this is kind of what it looks like. Not that it looks different for a man, but in terms of if you're worried about maybe there's a different way that my body should stick out, because I know that when we first started, like Olivia was like, I don't know if my back is straight, because a lot of women's backs kind of curve a little bit more than men's. So this would be a good reference to say, like, although your body has a curve to it, it does look like this when you're doing it well.
I felt good about that set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. So with mine, I like to really get a stretch down low, as you can tell right there, right before I kind of contract it, to make sure that I'm getting the entire range of motion. What was going on here?
Your headphone fell out.
Oh yeah, my headphones fell out. But yeah, that's basically what I look like. Like, I stretch it super down low, and then definitely get a full contracting motion. And I actually learned that from C-Bum. I watched one of his videos where he was really like stretching down low and then pulling all the way up. So I'm also very subtly squeezing my lower back, very much squeezing my lower back to get that Christmas tree action in full effect. So, by the time we compete in May, we should have a very, very good back structure coming together and ready to showcase, which is nice. But yeah, in terms of like the real estate and the lending market, pretty stable, pretty consistent, on the uphill, on the upslide, and that's in all 50 states pretty much. Everybody with social media and TikTok, everybody kind of has like a hive mind when it comes to the housing market, and I think a lot of people overall were not encouraged before the election, and then are getting more encouraged after the election. So we do expect that our administration will lower interest rates and make things a little bit more affordable in every area that we're in. So that's very exciting. And then one thing we really wanted to touch on, what we wanted to talk about, is we just saw Jamie Foxx's comedy special. And if you want to say what you thought of it first before I start yapping, yeah, just let me know.
It was just very encouraging to see people. We get second chances all the time, and sometimes we recognize that it's a second chance and other times we don't. And it was very beautiful to see somebody recognize and acknowledge the second chance that they were given, and then very in their gifts of comedy and acting and performance, like, explain that second chance using every single one of their gifts. Mm-hmm. So it was just flawless.
Yeah, that was definitely what I was thinking. When it came to that, like, it's very rare that you see someone openly talking about God, especially at his level. You pretty much never see it. And if 2024 has been any indication, there's been so many people, starting with the Cat Williams interview, who were called out and have met some sort of consequence for their actions, right? A couple days ago, it's just been announced that Jay-Z allegedly was, found, or accused of having some relations with somebody underage. And, whether he did it or not, it's not good to be accused, right? So let's just, hypothetically, if he did do that, we can juxtapose that with everything that's happened to everybody else, right? So like a couple years ago, Will Smith went through his defining moment of meeting the consequences of his actions, right? And then we also dealt with, like, and this is like controversial, like people were upset about Denzel Washington and his nonchalant comment about how he kissed a dude during Gladiator. But from a straight Christian point of view, there's been so many like prominent black figures who, are either meeting some type of consequence for their action or coming into their own through good decision makings or good recognition of God, right? So it was really nice to see that Jamie Foxx is on, from the Christian perspective, the other end of the scale, where it seems like although he had a crazy health issue, his perspective has been encouraged through God. His resolve has been strengthened. He's definitely more Christian. You can see it in the way that he speaks, everything that he's doing. You can tell he's so much more engaged and direct with his approach and how he's going to be talking about God moving forward, because it seems like he genuinely considers this a second chance, which I do think he should, and genuinely is grateful to be here still. I think that was very beautiful to see. Any final thoughts?
I would say, just to add to it, you can just see a lot behind people's eyes, And he just has so much more joy and just like peace and rest about him now, that I think that's a lot of people are seeking, and he just gave everybody the formula. Like, it's Jesus, it's God, like peace, rest, everything.
If there's ever like an encouraging thing to take away, it's that look at what he was given in this world, look at what he's accomplished and everything like that, and then also listen to how he spoke about it. Django didn't save him. Spielberg didn't save him. Quentin Tarantino didn't save him. When his life was in jeopardy, he found out what really mattered, and his kids were by his bedside. His family was by his bedside, and overall, his own mortality was on the table. Like, he was like, okay, so no matter who I am, I'm Jamie Foxx. I thought I was bigger than this, but I guess I'm not. So, if we left you with anything, go watch his special on Netflix. Let us know what you think. And, yeah, I think we'll leave you guys with that.